Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Löwe. It's a Tier 8 German premium heavy tank. It's located on the south spawn of Prokhorovka and it's under the command of Boudica the Brutal. Now, she's actually in platoon with two other tanks, Duck Phobia in the IS-3A and J.R. Ricketts in the 7032. Game started. Well, the Löwe. It was a heavy tank produced by the Germans, in fact actually designed by Krupp originally, and it was a proposal to make a 70-ton tank very similar in many ways to the Tiger II, and it was to carry a 105mm gun, which this one's carrying, which can do 320 Alpha, 234 on standard, and it will go up to 294 on APCR. It's got a very accurate gun, very accurate indeed, very good gun, but unfortunately the armour on this tank leaves a little to be desired. The turret's good, but the actual hull isn't, because there's a huge weak lower plate. So if you can get the Löwe in the lower plate, yes, you will push it, or you will shoot it full of holes. But the gun, super accurate. Look at this shot. Yep, right in. And in fact, she's not the only one who got hit there. The AMX-30 has lost half his hit points. In fact, he's down to 37%. She's aiming for the turret, actually. But she gets him. And she set him alight, and he's gone. The kill actually went to... Yes, did she get it? No, J.R. Ricketts got it, or J. Ricketts in the 703. She's having a little jockeying joust with the IS-6. Now there is one Arty on either side, so doing this at the centre can actually be quite dangerous to your health, because Arty tends to focus tanks that are up at the centre line who are moving about very slowly, especially if they keep moving backwards and forwards on their own tracks, because it gets very easy to predict exactly where they will be in the next few seconds. Now, the reason why the Löwe was never put into production is that Hitler wanted super heavy tanks, and so he kept pushing for these tanks to get heavier and heavier, and they started out with a 70-ton tank, and then they soon actually turned into a 100-ton tank. And eventually, well, he just wanted the E100 and the Mouse project instead and cancelled the other projects. And so all the effort they put into making the Löwe was lost. And Boudica just took a huge hit from an ISU-152K. Unfortunately, 671 hit points of damage lost there. So she's lost half her health with that shot. At least we know where the ISU-152K is. I think it might be a good idea for her to actually find a new position, though. Every time she pops up to the centre line, she gets spotted. And that might be something to do with the Barask, who's just the other side of that centre line. There he is. She gets around into him. She's getting some damage in. She's not only spotting some damage, she is also dealing as much damage. The trouble is, by staying up where she is, much more chance of getting hit by the enemy. Nice round into the back chat. Now, KV4. Only see the turret. She bounced around there from the Scorpion, and that goes to show how good this turret is at actually bouncing rounds. In fact, I think that round actually went off the hull. You can see the shot that went into the side. Just got another hit there on the IS-3. Going for another one. Reload time is not too bad, 10.35. But remember, it is a 105mm, not a 122. And that's the sort of reload time you'd normally expect from a 122. Okay, our guys are now going around the outside. They've come down from the hill. And those guys ahead of us, the Conqueror, the Brask, they're going to be caught in the crossfire very shortly. Brask is gone. With 2 tanks up on the enemy. They've lost their spotting support now, except of course for the Batchat. And the Conqueror, well, he's now being hit from behind. But Boudica is still getting spotting assist. She got to 2,100 now, spotting assist, or close to 2,200. And 2,400 hit points of damage done. And any second now, we're going to have tanks going over that far side. So she's now going to get shots from the centre line on some of those tanks, and they can't see her. So now she gets do some revenge on these guys. Here we go. T30. Nice shot. 315. It's a very good gun. Scorpion dies before she can even get a shot in. She's now moving up and getting close. There's the culprit, the ISU 152. So I think it was him, the one who hit her earlier. He's taking a pounding now. And he's gone. In fact, there's only 3 enemies left. A 50 TP IS-3 and the Batchat 12 ton. And the closer she gets to this side, the more likely the Batchat 12 tons can spot her. Okay, there's the Batchat. And he's gone with 1 shot. In fact, she didn't get the kill on that one. The T30 did. Going for the IS-3. He's gone. There's only 1 enemy left. The 50 TP. And he must be to the north because that T95 hasn't found him yet. There he is. Good shot. 317 and he's dead. And that is the end of the game. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. It's an ace tanker for Boudica the Brutal in the Löwe. She managed to get a spotter badge for spotting at least 1,000 hit points of damage. She got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. She got 11 and a 5 for effect. Out of the epics, she managed to get a patrol duty for being the only one spotting at least 6 enemy tanks whilst they were damaged. And she did that from the centre line, which believe it as well. A Confederate for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on her team, the High Caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and a Tanker Sniper for doing the most damage at least 300 meters. And yes, she was shooting the guys on the western side of the map, right from the centre line, a long distance away, but she was getting steady shots on those guys all the time, even though the threat of that ISU 152 was there to shoot her back. And of course he did hit her for that very big hit that took away half her hit points. Let's have a look at the team scores. Well, we can see, according to this, that she managed to get 4,363 hit points of damage. The next high scorer was the T30 on the enemy team with 3,518, and after that was the AE Phase 1 with 2,377. When it came to kills, it was the Centurion who did the best with 3 kills, 2 kills to the AE Phase 1, T95 and the M53, M55, and I'm afraid Boudica didn't get any kills at all during that game, but that's mainly because she was actually punching holes in the enemy and depleting them of their health and making them one-shots for everyone else. And when it came to base XP, she was top on that one as well, with 1,394, 984 for the Pershing, and 831 for the Centurion. And the reason why she was top was the spotting, and we'll see that now. 13 shots fired, 13 direct hits, and 13 penetrations. Not one single shot that she fired missed the target. 4,363 hit points of damage, of which 3,392 were at more than 300 meters, so the vast majority of her shots were long range. And in fact, actually, that backs up what Wargaming says in the wiki about the Löwe. It's a long range sniper, and if you treat it as a long range sniper, you'll do a lot of damage. If you try to fight close range with it, then you'll come a cropper, because it doesn't like fighting close range. 2 hits received, 1 was penetration, 1 non-penetration, and boy what a non-penetration that was, because it was from the ISU 152. It was a heat round as well, went right through the side of the turret, and unfortunately that was the one that cost her half her health. 490 hit points of damage blocked by armour, and 5 enemy vehicles spotted, 9 enemy vehicles damaged, and none destroyed, so that's why she got the Confederate. And here's the reason why she got a high XP: 3,528 hit points of spotting assist in that game. Massive amount. That's why a very high ace tanker. 107,586 credits from the game, 40,345 in battle payments, so her grand total was 217,862 credits from a 6-minute game. And after repairs and ammunition resupply, she still walked away with 163,065 credits for the game. So it just goes to show the Löwe is a good tank when you want to earn credits by sniping at the enemy, but if you want to go close in, it's probably not going to be a good idea. 1,394 XP times 5 on this occasion, 209 for this being a premium vehicle, and 314 because she entered the battle already in a platoon and took away 10,978 experience points altogether. So a particularly good battle there for Boudica, and an ace tanker with 4 medals. Yes, that's definitely worth it. And a bit surprising that you've got a heavy tank earning a spotter and a patrol TT, which are of course light tank badges or medals for doing light tank work, but no, she was actually sitting on the centre line poking holes in the enemy at long range. Very well done. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, and thank you very much for watching.